Michelle Barnes, are you on?
Yes, I am, Mr. Azimi. You know what?
Take it away.
Well, this was not expected whatsoever. I was just excited to sit and drink my coffee and listen to these absolutely amazing leaders this morning, but I saw some technical difficulties. So, hey, you know what? Sometimes you got to just jump in and make things happen. So, good morning, everybody. Good evening for those of you on the other side of the planet who are trying to speak on this amazing call. I was so excited to hear these phenomenal leaders this morning. Happy Saturday. This is the place to be. For those of you who are just joining us, who've never plugged into one of our team calls, we want to welcome you. My name is Michelle Barnes. I'm out in Highlands Ranch, Colorado, where it's absolutely beautiful today. Super excited for an awesome Labor Day weekend here in the States. But we have some amazing, amazing leaders for you guys to hear from today that are not in the U.S. And I know that Mr. Gunnar is trying to get on this call to lead the call, and he's one of the best leaders that I've ever seen, probably in the history of doing this business in the last 29 years, which this is my 29-year anniversary, guys. Can you believe that? It's me and John Melton, it's our 9-year anniversary with Modere. And we are just so blessed to have literally the best team on the entire face of the planet. #Dream Team. So without further ado, I want to get this call rocking. I'll see if Gunnar is on. But in the meantime, I'm going to bring on my girl this is literally my sister from another mister. She is one of the best leaders that I've ever worked with. And I had the pleasure of meeting her. Gosh, Beth, I can't remember when we met. We met on social media. We still have not had the privilege of meeting in person. Look out when we do. But we've been friends on social media since, I think, 2017 through 2018, something like that. And she has been rocking this profession for over a decade now. And I'm not going to steal her thunder or take her story, but I will tell you, talk about a leader of leaders. Talk about someone who leads by example, sets the pace, does whatever it takes to make things work through thick and thin. This girl is your girl. So without further ado, Beth, what is up, sister?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear
Good.
you.
Perfect. Hold on, just even before we start, I don't know how long it's actually been since we've been Facebook friends. It has to be years. And why did I not start this sooner? Can somebody please tell me?
Well, I tried to get you to start way sooner, you know.
Well, you did. Yeah, you did. That's my bad. But no, I honestly, looking back, I really should have joined Modere so many years ago. It was a massive mistake. But you know what? I'm here now, and we're rocking, and we're rolling, and I'm loving it.
Well, there is no doubt about that, sister, and everything in God's timing, right? Everything always happens
Absolutely.
the way it's supposed to. Everything happens for a reason and a purpose, and you're here now. And since the second you came here, even with some MLM PTSD that you can talk about and share your story with these guys, but even coming here somewhat kicking and screaming, I think that you've literally turned this entire thing upside down. So why don't you do this, Beth, while we're trying to get Gunnar on the line. Go ahead and share your story with these guys, kind of the Cliff Notes version of your story, what you used to do, what you do, how you got here, what you're excited about, and then we'll take the gloves off and give these guys some awesome training.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so hi, everybody. I'm Beth. I'm 33, and I live in the UK. Like Michelle said, I've been in network marketing now for 13 years, but 10 years full-time. So prior to getting involved with the industry full-time, I was actually a hairdresser. So I worked as a hairstylist for quite a few years and went on to own my own salon. Spent a lot of time in there from morning till night. Have 3 children, so I wasn't really spending much time with the kids at all. And even though the salon did really well and I could have gone on to make it really, really big, I decided that I wanted to travel. I wanted to be with the kids. I wanted to move abroad. And there was no way that I would have been able to have done all of those things if I was stuck in a salon for that many hours, paying staff, paying wages, all that kind of thing. There was never any freedom to it. And I ended up getting to the point where I just wanted to live a little bit. My mum passed away at 16 years old, and I think for me, I really understood the meaning of life, and I never wanted to be stuck in 4 walls. I wanted to be spontaneous. I wanted to be able to pick up and leave. And the perfect opportunity for me was to have a business that works on my time, where I could pick up my phone and wherever I went, my business went with me. And it allowed me to have that freedom. And I know so many people talk about financial freedom and time freedom, but I honestly don't think that you'll get that anywhere like you would in network marketing, because I've done it. I've owned a traditional business. I've been employed. And the best time of my life was when I was able to pick up my family of 5 and move to Spain. We lived there for a few years. My children went to private school. There's no way that I would have been ever able to have done all of those things if it wasn't for this industry. So for me personally, yes, it was risky. Yes, many people said to me, Beth, what are you doing? Like, you've got a good salon, you've put thousands, in fact tens of thousands into this property. Like, what are you doing? Why are you getting rid of it? And it was all just down to me believing in myself. I think sometimes you've got to hold your own. You've got to know what you want, and you've got to go after it. And I did exactly that, and it paid off tenfold. I was able to retire my husband. He worked for a construction site, so he was site managing at the time, again, earning a really good income. And I know, again, so many people say, yeah, but what if? You can say that about anything. I think for me personally, I just wanted to run with something. If it worked, I knew it would work at the end of the day, because I knew that I was going to have to work hard, sacrifice a few things. And, you know, here I am doing what I'm doing, and I've done it for 10 years full time. Travel, kids, I'm there, you know, and it's just been the best decision I've ever made. Joined Modere 3 years, two and a bit years ago, has it been, Steve? Like 2 years, 3 months, something like that. After having, like Michelle said, a little bit of MLM PTSD, and I don't say that lightly, I was ready to throw the towel in. I was so over network marketing. I'd done it for a really long time. I'd led teams bringing in millions of volume each month. I got to the highest position as a female in my previous company, and it really burnt me out. And although, you know, network marketing isn't easy, you know, you've got to put in the time, you've got to be someone that is going to sacrifice those little things to get where you want to be. I was doing all of that, but I was also having the role of corporate. I was also having the role of problems and all the corporate side of things, which I didn't sign up for. And I ended up getting to the point where I said, I just don't want to do this anymore. I would prefer to go back into a job. That's how bad it got. And Michelle was like, Beth, seriously, trust me. Just trust me. But I've heard that before. Right? So I was very skeptical. However, trusted Michelle, literally just went with it. And we hit Platinum 3 within the first 2 months. And we're now an Elite 2 team with incredible leaders from everywhere, building a really strong company. So honestly, I'm so happy to be here.
Oh my gosh, girl, I love it so much. And you know, I've had so much fun just watching you over the years and watching you just absolutely crush it in this business. And, you know, I know you're a mom of 3 and you used to, you know, be a salon owner, and you're in the UK and then you're in Spain, and I can't even keep track of where you are on the planet. I'm like, where's Beth today? What part of the planet is she on? And I just love it, girl. And, you know, watching your team grow has been absolutely incredible. It's like you are so great at putting systems in place, and you really came in and kind of just took over in the UK and took everything that we had done here in the U.S. and made it your own there in the UK, and just talk about, like, getting everything in place 100% so that your people have a track to run on. So, like, let's just get into some training. Obviously, we're just wrapping up August. Today's the last day of the month. We always have a couple days to kind of clean everything up and help people get those promotions in and stuff like that. But, man, we have so many incredible things coming down the pipeline. Obviously, here in the States, we're launching the new GLP-1 product this month in September here in about 21 days, which is so exciting. And I know you guys are going to be getting – I know. You guys are next. You guys are next. That's what I've heard. And so give these guys, like, you know, whether someone's brand new and maybe they're launching their business, or maybe someone's been around for a while and they're excited to relaunch their business, what are some of your best tips, and really take the gloves off, Beth, because you're probably one of the best trainers I've ever seen in this business. So, like, if you were training your entire organization right now and you wanted them to become an elite team, what would you tell them?
Okay, so obviously the first thing in business is you've got to be consistent. You've got to be consistent regardless of how hard it gets. There are going to be days where you really don't want to do this and it gets tiring and you get fed up and you just want a day off. And I'll tell you, honestly, in business you can't have that mindset. I think so many people come into this industry and they expect it to happen overnight. That won't happen. You've got to set some goals and you've got to have them firmly in place. Now, I always say to my team that if you put your goals first, you won't run for them. But if you put somebody else's goals in front of those, i.e. your children's, your family's, it gives you a little bit more emotion behind it. So when I first started, I set a goal. What did I want to achieve? Like, what goal do you want? I speak to people every day and they still don't understand the comp plan. Understand what promotion you want to hit and give yourself a time goal for it. So when you come into the business, obviously do your research. What product do you want to resell? What product do you want to really understand to be able to promote confidently? That is the main thing. We're in a product-based business, guys. Like, if you don't know what product you want to sell and you're not using it, then we've got the first hurdle. Find the products that excite you, because excitement is everything in business. Find the products that you love and learn them. Use them and promote them. Don't get overwhelmed. I see so many people with these to-do lists of, I've got to do this, I've got to run Instagram, I've got to run TikTok, I've got to run Facebook. No. Focus on one platform and get really good at it. Focus on a few products and understand them and use them and get a result and remain consistent with them, which means stories, which means posts, which means reels. Now, I know so many people into this are going to be like, oh my God, I can't do a reel. You might not be able to get it perfect straight away, but something is better than nothing. Even if you walk in or take it with the spoon, you don't even need to have your face on it, but people will get used to the background, your hands, your kitchen side, and they'll know that it's you and that it's you using it. Again, the problem in network marketing is that so many people try and sell a product that they've got no experiment in, they know nothing about, and people get sick of salesy people.
Wow, that is awesome. And you know what, Beth, I love that the very first thing that you touched on is consistency. And you and I are probably like, we're consistent AF. Like, I tell people all the time, I'm like, I may not be the best, I may not be the fastest, but damn if I ain't consistent. Like, and, you know, we're all responsible for the energy we bring to every space. And I love that you talked about putting, like, taking putting that, you know, because some people like say, oh, you need a why that makes you cry. Sometimes you need something, you just need a little fire under your ass to get out there and do the thing that you should be doing. People always say, oh, I'm overwhelmed. And it's like, you're overwhelmed because you're not doing what you know you should be doing. And you show up every single day. I don't think there's been one day since you came here that you haven't shown up whether you wanted to or not. And that really is the key to success in anything. I mean, if you're trying to get the best, you know, get in the best shape of your life, like, you know, showing up and getting that workout in even when you don't want to, eating the right foods even when you don't want to. It's those little teeny things that make the biggest difference. And so we've got September, October, November, December. Now, we all know what happens in November here. We have Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Like, it's nuts around here. It's always our biggest month of the year. So we have September, October, November, basically like a 90-day run. So what would you tell these guys to do with that?
Honestly, do exactly what you just said, run. You need to plan. So I would get your follow-up list. I would start making sure that you're taking note of everybody that's viewing your stories. These people are people that are interested. They just might not have the confidence to reach out and ask what it is that you're doing. So take note of who's watching your stories, who's liking your posts. Make sure you're doing posts that are relatable to your audience, so talking about your story, really getting familiar with your audience and building that relationship. It's so important that you do that now and not in November, because you've got 3 months up until we've got such a big sale, which literally put my business to platinum 3 within a month. So you need to be making those connections, building those relationships, adding more people on social media, following up with people, and having that relationship time with those people prior to trying to sell them the product. So I would 100% really knuckle down on building your network now for the next few months so that you've got a really solid base in November.
Love it, girl. That is awesome. Well, I am so excited for you. I'm so excited for your team, so excited where we're going. And I really feel like we're just getting warmed up. And I'm telling you guys, with what's coming down the pipeline, it's like the wave is coming and you want to paddle like hell right now. You want to paddle like you've never paddled before. That means, filling the funnel, planting seeds. And what you do consistently, I'm telling you, you're 90 days away from your paycheck. And 90 days is going to hit right around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, guys. So I'm telling you, now is the time. If you've ever wanted to launch or relaunch your business or really take your team and your business and your income and your life to another level, it starts today. Don't wait until right before Black Friday and then be like, oh, maybe I'll post something. It doesn't work that way. You got to go now, like Beth said. So, Beth, thank you so much. You are so awesome, girl. I love you to pieces. I cannot wait till we can actually hang out in person and have some fun together. It's like, look out. But I love you with all my heart. You really amaze me on a daily basis, and your whole team just absolutely rocks. So thanks for being on, sister. Love you.
Thanks, Michelle.
All right. Thanks, babe. Love ya. Okay.